Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at the 10 hardest parts of Resident Evil 4 Remake. If you haven't had a chance to dive into the latest game in Capcom's legendary action horror franchise, then here is your spoiler warning. How are you liking RE4 Remake so far? Let us know down in the comments.
You okay?
I think so.
Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Crossing the Fountains of Sickness.
Leon, what are you doing?
Don't even think about trying this yourself.
Me? As if.
This early section of Salazar's castle is already cumbersome to traverse due to its narrow and convoluted pathways, allowing enemies to get the jump on you if you aren't paying attention. But the real hurdle is getting Ashley to turn both valves to raise a bridge that's in the next room. As she does this, you will need to watch her back as well as your own and fend off the incoming zealots. The trick here is priority management. Balance your time between downing zealots on the walkway and those coming close to your proximity. Easier said than done, but you best have enough ammo and resources to get through this.
Come on!
Hang on.
Hurry up!
Okay.
Rammed by the ram's head.
Looks like we're still missing a piece.
Initially, this is a very tricky part of the three-headed beast puzzle, as one zealot lowers the catwalk and traps you in a narrow corridor just as it seems like you're about to nab the ram's head. Behind him is another zealot that will awaken the parasites inside the others, turning the area into a room of living blades. However, we want to put an emphasis on this being initially hard. You will struggle a bit if you're trying to do this legitimately, but there is a way to cheese it. Try to throw a grenade onto the balcony just before the zealot shows up. The blast should off him before he can even get a hand on the lever, leaving the ram's head for the taking and making it an easy escape for you and Ashley. Cold as ice. One of the most terrifying moments in RE4 Remake is the encounter with Vertigo, the beast who serves as Salazar's right-hand man, demon thing. Shortly after entering the cooling chambers, Vertigo will begin to stalk you, and he makes sure you are aware of his presence. While showering him with nitrogen isn't super hard, killing him for good is. Vertigo boasts a ton of health, so much that even a full round of magnum bullets won't be enough to stop him. In other words, you will have to give him everything you've got, or go for the easy way out and stall for the elevator. Hope you like thrill rides.
You're not suggesting we ride this thing.
Do you see any other way?
Keeping the minecart on the rails will be the least of your worries here in Chapter 11. What makes the minecart ride a bit tough is the reliance on making accurate shots. Some players might have a hard time with the speed of the segment, while others may not have those quick reflexes to activate switches on a whim. Don't get too discouraged if you find yourself dying a few times. This part of the game will take a bit of practice. Our advice? Try to spot those red barrels and switches as early as possible.
Jump!
Oh yeah!
Luis!
Can I get a hand?
Ashley's Sewer Bridge.
Get this for me.
Leave it to me. I'm actually pretty good at this stuff.
You'll be dealing with this sometime in Chapter 14, and it is one of the most aggravating parts of the game. To divert power to another sector of the facility, you will need to have Ashley turn a valve to raise a bridge and stay there so you can get back. Thing is that the second you make your way back, zealots will go after her while you get ambushed by a regenerator. There is very little time to react and run all the way back. Your best option is going to require some rifle or SMG ammo, and off the zealots from a distance with your rifle or SMG while the regenerator is still making its way towards you. Ignore him for now. Book it back to the bridge, and once across, Ashley will drop the regenerator into the nasty waste below.
How do you like this?
A rigged carnival game.
Got a new game, stranger, just for you. Why not give it a try? Interrupt me.
The shooting gallery is an excellent way to nab key charms to get RE4 Remake to work in your favor. But if you're trying to go for that platinum trophy, you will need an S rank in every shooting gallery. This means you might be ramming your head in the wall when playing 4C. There is a specific pattern of weapons you should follow to not only make the most of your reload time, but to also take down the pirates as quickly as possible. It is possible to get the S rank without needing bonus time or even blasting every pirate, but you will have to make sure you're quick on the draw with swapping weapons and also taking care not to shoot as many sailors.
That'll do it.
That damn hex puzzle. This might sound ridiculous, but this puzzle was more of a head basher than a head scratcher. Just before reaching Del Lago, you will find a treasure locked behind an imprint meant for several hexagonal pieces. Finding them isn't even the hard part, it's arranging them. You can only arrange them by rotating 3 tiles at a time in only 3 ways, top, left, and right. It is very restrictive, and when you feel like you're on the cusp of solving it, one tile is out of place, forcing you to have to undo some of your progress. Why can't we just suplex the chest open like every other problem in our lives? The Dark Souls of Capcom games.
Alright. Time to get medieval on your asses.
We promise we aren't really describing the game like this. This is stupid. But there is one optional boss that might give you a hard time if you aren't properly equipped. One request you'll find in the ballroom describes a powerful and menacing knight lurking in the mausoleum. This golden armadura comes with 2 other armaduras to help him slay you, and they will take a beating. For reference, we used a handful of frags and a couple of heavy grenades, thinking this will let us get in and get out. Not as easy as we thought. We ended up resorting to our bolt thrower and attachable mines to get rid of them. Again, do not attempt this unless you have plenty of explosives available to you.
Yeah, that's right.
The tragic tale of the Tiny Tyrant.
Talk too much.
Failed. You vulgar, utterly uncivilized mongrel.
For a second, it seemed as if Ramon Salazar had his boss fight completely thrown away. Then Capcom turned around and gave us the thrashing of a lifetime. Salazar is arguably the hardest boss in the entire game, harder than Sadler even. Though not as vicious in movement and speed, he does not give you a lot of time to react to his attacks, let alone land some shots. You really have to play defensive and spend much of your time running around until he's calmed down a bit and exposed himself. And hey, if you can nail a good grenade toss at him like we did, you can probably maybe skip an entire phase. All of Chapter 15. Of all 16 chapters that make up RE4 Remake, Chapter 15 is definitely the hardest of the bunch. Much of your time in this chapter will be spent with grunts on your ass and even a few big boys with the Gatling gun arms. And then you have the final fight against Krauser, where he fights you in his parasitic form and forces you through a gauntlet loaded with explosives. Yeah, this chapter is loud for its entire duration, and depending on how much ammo and resources you have, it might prove to be more than just a regular challenge.
What do you want?
I simply wish to share this gift with as many as possible. A humble wish, don't you think?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out some of our other videos here on MojoPlays, and don't forget to subscribe for more great lists every day.